That clock keeps ticking like a metronome, and my thoughts keep telling me to get me home, but my balls keep telling me to let me just let me That clock keeps ticking like a metronome, and my thoughts keep telling me to get me home, but my balls keep telling me to let me just let me That clock keeps ticking like a metronome, and my thoughts keep telling me.
Hey, what's going on, everybody? I'm in a pissy mood, and I want to get to the point. Welcome, Shot from the Point. It's Jeff here. It's Matt here. What I plan to do is nothing irritates me more than the situation, and I got to be honest with you. As far as what Slasher did, with the possible exception of lecturing Britney over etiquette 2 years ago, the thing that really irritates me is this attempt to change what actually happened, or I think I'm going to present the evidence right now. Circumstantial, that's true. I think Esports Talk and Jake Lucky were complicit in trying to cover it up and change the narrative. And this really irritates me because I heard Britney Venti say in her stream, and we're going to be going over a lot of the same stuff. The idea behind this is I'm going to put Comrade on the job, or I'm going to make a comprehensive video out of this stream and put it out. So we're going over all the DMs that Tipster rightfully leaked because he knows he was being lied to and probably manipulated by Slasher. We're going over the whole thing, but I want to start it from the Jake Lucky thing. How are you guys doing? Sorry, I just want to get right into it because with Britney said something that really pissed me off. It's like, she says, because I know a lot of YouTubers too that probably wouldn't, like to say they know me, but Britney's a whole different situation. That they're a dirty little secret that they're friends with her, and I just that really just sticks in my craw. That people could be like, if you don't like Britney, you don't like what she says, if you think she's a Nazi, don't fucking fuck with her. I don't fuck with Vosh. I don't want to be his friend. I mean,
weird how that works. You can actually just avoid them. You don't have to.
Yeah. It's just weird.
It's a strange concept.
It is weird, and it's such an obvious attempt at a hate fuck. I don't even know if it's that creepy to say, hey, look, can I hook you up if you let me talk to your girlfriend? On the surface, that doesn't sound all that bad. What's awful is the Slasher and others are complicit and actively trying to change the truth, which this actually happened. And if this happened to, let's say I don't know, some jackass on 100 Thieves, Slasher would be all over this. He'd be all over this, calling this guy a fucking creep and everything else.
Anybody but him.
Yeah, anybody but him. So I want to go right to the Jake Lucky thing. I said, Comrade's is going to work on this. I want to show you how this started from my perspective. I was at the Triangle Houses last year when this happened. I remember it was really irritating me. And what it got irritated me again is Keemstar brought it up, admittingly to, fire back at Slasher. And Slasher said, this is a lie. It's a lie. It's not true. What happened isn't true. So let's go back to Jake Lucky's attempt at a cover-up.
2 out of 10, that being a direct reference to Keemstar's tweet last week where he referred to Pokimane as a 2 out of 10. Many people took that as he was inferring about her looks and the way she looked, rating her 2 out of 10. He has now come forward and said, no, it's actually him rating her content 2 out of 10, which is clearly not how that tweet was going to be taken, because that's what Keemstar does. He instigates reactions.
You know how this was going to be taken, didn't you, Jake?
Provokes reactions to get impressions, and that's how this world apparently works. So ever since Slasher did make that tweet, I would say semi-defending Pokimane, as I probably will as well. I would like to think when I break down those videos, I'll give it more of a fair assessment.
The problem is Twitch is way too tied up with reporters, period. They are in the tank for fucking Twitch.
On both sides, why some people might be upset with her, and other reasons that Keemstar and Leafy brought up of why they should be upset with her just don't make any sense at all. I'll break that down sometime soon.
Was anybody upset with Pokimane? I don't remember that. I remember calling out that her
not recently, not that anything I can think
lazy
of.
Content. That was the whole point. Lazy content. I got to go to the bathroom. Here, watch somebody else's work. That was the point. She wasn't that fucking good. I mean, I don't care about simps one way or another. You want to give a girl money, makes you feel like your girlfriend. Go to it. Whatever. Go nuts. But I mean, it doesn't, you know, Pokimane is not above criticism. And I think that's what really the whole Leafy thing was about.
But the first reaction and one of the bigger responses out there to Slasher's tweet was brought forth by someone known as Britney Venti, calling out Slasher for some DMs and taken completely out of context, trying to get him in some very big trouble. So let me explain those to you guys. As with that Slasher tweet, all she responded was, "You spamming my IRL friend in DMs nonstop to get in contact with me only to be rejected, and then proceeding to try and cancel me on Twitter over your vendetta of me rejecting you." 2 out of 10, as she shows 2 screenshots. It's first Slasher saying, "Hi Brittany." She replies saying, "I added your tweet into my video." He says, "Oh word, I will watch. Did you get my request through Jess?" Seemingly that's Brittany's friend. She says, "Yep." Slasher goes, "Do you want to go out?" And she says, "I'm not really up for dating." And in the second screenshot, Slasher goes, "I've watched you and seen your stances. This is a serious inquiry for a date, not just a hookup. As someone who is diametrically opposed to many of your beliefs, but agree on others, I figured it would be quite fun." Brittany goes, "I'm not available for dating. Sorry." Slasher
Who would use the word diametrically when they're trying to hook up with a chick? I mean, it's fucking unbelievable.
goes K, and then she shows the end of these messages saying, Slasher going, "The F is wrong with you." Me saying some pretty hilariously cringe milady meme crap doesn't make you any less of an arsehole for not backing down to take 5 seconds to think about what you did. And a lot of people out there taking these messages and thinking the utter worst when they were given without a lot of context, especially with those last couple of messages, people thinking, "Oh my gosh, did Slasher say what the F is wrong with you because he got rejected from a date?" No, his response to that was simply K. When he said what the F is wrong with you and those other things following, it was actually because of Britney's tweet he was responding to, she was going live with a stream shortly following Etika's death, and that is why he said, "What the F is wrong with you?" And so out of context...
Yeah, first of all, Britney didn't leave the context that the dates are over there, and it's a month ahead of time. And yeah, why wouldn't she come to the fucking conclusion that a month later that he found a reason to be mad at her when he did a stream with Etika? And the dirty little secret part that I talked about before, Etika was open about being friends with Britney when Britney's untouchable.
Very open.
Etika was always friendly. They went out. I guess they went clubbing or what have you. And she did a stream, and from what I understand, all the money went to goddamn Suicide Hotline. So yeah, it's pretty easy. Yeah, I get what Jake's saying. I don't know if it's Britney's fucking responsibility to sit there and point that, yeah, this is I'm not available for dating, sorry. He writes K, and then a month later, here is what the fuck is wrong with you? Who the fuck is he? He's just got rejected by this girl. He had to go through somebody else to get to this girl. And then he's lecturing her about a stream that she's having, like she's grifting for money. Yeah, I would have came to the same conclusion that Britney did too. And she didn't leave any context out. The dates are here. The last one was K, 5/27/19. The next, a month later, 6/25/19. Where does he get off? Where does he get off? Where does he get off doing that? I don't understand. And this original tweet was out in 2019. I remember Augie covering it. And it was like, yeah, she came to the conclusion, you're doing this because I turned you down for a date. Nobody can see what's in Slasher's heart, but after we show you Tipster's tweets, you might come to your own conclusion. I mean, this is a completely reasonable take to come away with. I turned the guy down, now he's trying to embarrass me and lecture me.
And thinking the utter worst when they were given without a lot of context, especially with those last couple of messages, people thinking, "Oh my gosh, did Slasher say what the F is wrong?"
And like Jake is setting this up like Britney did this on purpose. All the information's out there. Nothing was omitted, Jake.
With you because he got rejected from a date? No, his response to that was simply K. When he said what the F is wrong with you and those other things following, it was actually because of Britney's tweet he was responding to, she was going live with a stream shortly following Etika's death, and that is why he said, "What the F is wrong with you?"
What the fuck is wrong with you? Where do you get off? That's the last person I would be lecturing and somebody had turned me down just for this reason. You know, just for this reason. Maybe you know, Britney is also known behind the scenes as being a little, I don't know, vindictive. But I don't know if this this is I'd have done it too. I'm vindictive as fuck. I can't even say any otherwise.
And so out of context, certainly, and why responding to this out of nowhere when Slasher simply calls out Leafy's video for being a 2 out of 10, and I would say defending Pokimane, all of a sudden she tries to somehow cancel or turn people against Slasher.
Britney Venti had nothing to do with this, right? What she's sitting there doing, like, he's getting on this high horse for women, and what Britney Venti's doing is like, oh, he didn't treat me very well. Before you fucking, I know that Pokimane's on his team. Before you guys get all like, oh, Slasher, good for standing up for Pokimane. No, he only sticks up for people that have the same ideology and cooperate with dates. That was the point of Britney putting that out there.
Because he had asked her for a date 1, maybe 2 times. Is that what we've come to? And yeah, I'll admit it, guys, maybe a bit of weird messages. I've sent weird messages. I think a lot of us have, and not maybe the most proper way to go about asking for a date. But if you think that is in any way taking away from his stance where he defends Pokimane and calls out Leafy's video for being...
No, I don't. I don't think it is. I don't. I think that, I think she's just showing that he's two-faced. He's not calling him out. He's just making a joke. But she wanted to make sure before you fucking start saying, "Oh my God, Slasher looking out for women."
Crappy. Then what kind of world are we living?
Oh, it's falling apart, fuckface.
It seems really ill represented.
They're attacking her. They've attacked the girls from the very beginning, even though this happened.
When she responds with that kind of stuff and targets him for asking for a date. And then following this, Keemstar decides to use these screenshots.
Following asking a date, she's mad at him for fucking, for snowing her fucking, she's mad at him for snowing her girlfriend.
Additional things were worded as well. I'll show those screenshots on screen for you. It's actually Slasher reaching out first to Britney's friend Jess. That's who he was first interested in, and eventually interested in Britney instead. So people think, you know, because he had interest in one girl and then the other, you know, take it for what it is. Keemstar.
Okay.
Taking this, and then of course adding the Florida Mayhem, by the way, an esports organization with no affiliation to Slasher whatsoever, because in those same screenshots you see him offer Jessica a job recommendation as like a referral, not an actual job, by the way, but Keemstar takes...
This is where the cover-up takes place. This is the red herring right here. Doesn't matter if it's a job recommendation. I know there's a difference, but it doesn't matter if you're trying to use influence to get dates. If Slasher was lying and he had no contact with the Florida Mayhem, which, by the way, I don't believe. Let me show you a picture of Jess's Twitter, what do you call it, picture. This is at the time. She's going to every Overwatch she gets. She was one of the top 500 mercies for, I think, for a while. On Overwatch, by the way. Had a nice chat with her this weekend. Yeah, she's really into the Florida Mayhem. And she really wanted a job. So yeah, I guess Slasher went to this one first, huh? Right place to go. Oh, she's the Florida Mayhem? I know somebody Florida Mayhem. A job recommendation. You should be offering fucking anything. And don't tell me for a minute if Venom from, is he 100 Thieves or is he fucking, I'm trying to remember phase.
The CDL player Venom is on...
All right, if that fat fuck did the same thing, Slasher would be calling him out. I got news for you.
I think they're getting...
And so would Jake Fuckface.
This as a chance to call out the organization and say, oh, isn't it creepy that this guy is offering streamers jobs in organizations?
He's not calling out the organization. Let me read it. Dear Florida Mayhem, do you have a statement based on the allegations of Slasher of offering female streamers jobs? He's bringing their attention and he's being passive aggressive. Female streamers jobs in the organization, set them up on a date. Question mark. He'd probably say, you probably wouldn't like this reporter going out there and floating your name out there. He's not, he's like, they've turned this into Keem. Slasher's got no power to give a job or not, so therefore it's not a quid pro quo. How did this fucking how did that happen?
What?
That's their whole thing. It's not a quid pro quo because Slasher doesn't work in HR. I I mean, it's hysterical.
Tell you a job recommendation and referral is completely separate from a job in itself.
It still has value.
It still has, yeah.
If he lied, if he lied, and now watch the Florida Mayhem. Watch the Florida Mayhem come out and fucking defend Slasher creatively.
So if you guys are not aware of that as well, and I've also spoken to the Misfits organization who...
Yes, a journalist with zero ties to our organization has the authority to secure somebody a job. That's irrelevant! And Albert Ye knows this.
What?
That's irrelevant. I wasn't home. I was going berserk. I was in Holland last year. I cannot believe people are falling for this shit. And I saw it online when Keemstar first tweeted this out last week. He's like, that looks like a job recommendation, not a job. We're splitting fucking hairs. We're playing semantics here.
Help run the Florida Mayhem. There is no affiliation between Slasher and them. And
Irrelevant.
It doesn't matter. Like,
This is Ben Spoon. He's a real jerk off too. Is this some sort of weird joke? Slasher is connected to New York. That's a red. I gotta be honest with you. My money says all three of them got together and they came up with this. This is obvious collusion, because the question isn't whether Slasher's got the power to do it. The question is he peddling influence? And it doesn't matter if he's connected to you guys or not. And to be honest with you, with the last two tweets, that makes me think, no doubt, Slasher's connected to Mayhem in some way. Because somebody chose Slasher over Britney Venti and Jessix.
promptly, their figures have also responded to that same tweet and said, hey, this is not how jobs work, okay?
I hate everybody.
Just because Slasher said this does not mean we're actually going to give her a job.
That's irrelevant!
Either way, the girl he is talking about, Jessie, is actually a local hardcore fan of the Florida Mayhem and well known to the organization, even further as to why Slasher would offer that up as a recommendation and referral.
Jess, there's somebody else you need to snitch on between me and you.
Like, what is going on? Why is this even being used? And you wonder why it's so hard to defend people out there, because all of a sudden you're either called a simp or
oh, get over it.
Oh, for...
This guy is a concentration camp guard to the bone. This guy would fuck his own mother for a nickel.
Jeez.
It's pathetic. And esports talk should be ashamed. Absolutely fucking ashamed. By the way, I don't think he'll do anything with it, but I'm going to sell you something right now, Jake. Like, I sent this all to Richard Lewis. Don't think I did? Check who I follow. I mean, this is fucking outrageous. Let's go into the actual tweets.
Oh, this is the fun stuff. Cool.
Yeah. See, I don't know if can I put you into the same thing? Yeah, actually, you said you put them in order, right? All right. Well, give me a minute. I'm gonna pop them all up there. We're going over fucking the tipster shit, and because it really shows Slasher to be a manipulative fuck, and it also shows that Slasher will go to other influencers to get his narrative across. That comes across pretty clear here. Almost done. I mean, I honestly think Slasher approached Tipster because he wanted him to lie for him. It's so beyond clear.
Well, I mean,
I have no idea. See, I honestly knew that Slasher but I thought he was just crying to Tipster. But I think this paints a beautiful picture here. Slasher's corrupt. He's a corrupt person. Like most of these fucking journalists.
You've been kind of thinking that for the last couple of years, though, haven't you?
I don't believe in journalism, period. I don't think it exists. I think it's an idea. Like Antifa.
Hell, fun. That's what I was originally going to do. Like, I was going to be a sports.
I know,
reporter.
and I hated you for it. And I hated you for it.
Yeah, well, pretty quick when I started, I'm like, fuck.
Yeah, I was probably.
I'm
Honestly,
I'm
I kept my mouth shut
this.
about how I feel about journalism and doesn't exist all through the hockey years, just because I didn't want to fucking. Like, I went after journalists when I used to fight with Lampert and Wyshynski and all them, but I actually kept my mouth shut because I didn't want to fucking fuck your shit up.
I wish you would have done it sooner.
I don't know. How do you tell some fucking young kid like you're going to work, you're going to become a complete fucking loser hack?
Don't follow your dreams. Son.
Don't follow your dreams, Jeff.
I got some shit thrown at me at a young age anyway. I probably could have taken it.
Well, I actually, if you remember, I gave you hints. I said, why not go into like something in training? And I just laid little stuff out there. Stuff to do because you love to be in the gym.
I did eventually. Actually,
yeah, I did. Nice as you do.
And I just said, fuck it, I'm gonna do it.
You do what you love. You love sports. That's why you want to go to journalists, and you knew you couldn't be a fucking pro athlete, so you could get there. But journalists are the enemies of the athletes. And any esports guys, watching this, Rod, this guy is not your friend.
No,
he is not your friend. He will fuck you in a finger snap. Man, I can tell you probably don't give a shit about what I have to say. But you have to understand, Keem's actually full of shit. This is a manufactured lie. No, it's not a manufactured lie. You had a quid pro quo with Jessix. 100%. Undebatable, undeniable. It was a quid pro quo. And in your world, that's 100% inappropriate. And I think you had the Florida Mayhem, Jake Fucky, and... Jake is pretty lucky. Jake is a really shining example why we live in the greatest country on earth. Because people that stupid can get decent jobs.
Can I change my name to Matt Unlucky?
Matt Unlucky. That's a good idea.
I like that.
That's a great guy. That's great. Put a one in the chat if you want Matt to be Matt Unlucky.
Matt Unlucky.
Matt Unleggy. We should. Well, this is, we're really into game
content here.
We should call you Octane. A manufactured lie. All lies are fucking manufactured, douchebag. You know what I think was manufactured? You begging the Florida Mayhem and Esports Talk to bail you out of this. That's a manufactured lie.
Oh, I thought you were gonna say Corona.
What? No, shut up. Jesus, I love my channel. What? That retweet. This Hassan is sung. This is Hassan. The Slasher had retweeted something about Keem being a sex offender joke, and Keem is going to go after him. Right? Keemstar's not legally allowed to go to school. I don't know what made him say that. It came out of nowhere, and then Slasher retweeted it, so he went after Slasher. Then esports reporter Slash. All right, so we saw this. Okay. Let me get to this. Why are you telling me this, Tipster? Good fucking question. I saw your RT and I figured you endorse it, so I wanted to say it's bullshit. You cover the news! Explanation point. How is this bullshit? Are you saying that Jessix is lying? Good one, right off the bat. And notice, he never answers. Right off the fucking bat. This is actually journalism to me. If you're actually interested, I will explain it to you. Yeah, there's got to be some nuance to my quid pro quo. But it would take some time over voice. It's easy to manipulate people when you're talking to them. I've never seen a point in responding. So why are you going Tipster? So I'll just let Keem speak into the wind. Would you do an interview about it? All right, he's thinking about the channel. I've done the same thing. I've done the same thing.
I like it.
I don't know. To me, all that does is give attention. Like it's legitimate. It's legitimate. It's 100% legitimate. And you know what really needs? You need the power taken away from you to criticize other guys' fucking sex lives in esports. Why I've never responded. I just got somebody else to respond for me. And that's what looks like you're doing again. But I see people like you and Bobax retweet it, and I don't know if it's just because you're friends with Jess, which is fine, or whatever. Yeah, whatever. Or because you actually think it's true. It is true. Or you want to suck Keem's dick. I would have blown him out. No wonder you got your DMs leaked, douchebag. No wonder you got your DMs leaked. Talk to me that way, it'd have been out in the fucking first minute.
Swing and a miss.
I personally don't think it's the latter. Oh, did you just realize that was a fucking stupid thing to say? Who's somebody you're trying to get somebody to do something for you? Stupid ass. Tomorrow, here's what. Tomorrow, this is attack on you, the audience, by the way. Tomorrow, no one will remember any of this as usual. But maybe I should give an explanation. I don't actually think ITD. I know what does that stand for. ITD.
Hold on.
I don't actually think. What did that one do?
Hold on. I got you.
I'm a boomer. I don't know that one.
Yeah, so am I.
No. I don't think it'd do anything though. I think that's all he's saying.
Internet transmitted disease.
In too deep.
I don't think.
Or in the dark.
Well, internet transmitted disease sounds good too for what this is.
I think he was trying to say id. You know, whatever. So you're saying Jessic's lied or not? Good on you, fucking tipster. Why did you RT a tweet claiming Keem's a pedo? Legit question. Me and Keem have beef, duh. But Hassan's tweet isn't a news story. It's just shit talk. Okay. Keem manufacturer being mad at me into a news story. No. You called him a pedo, and then he found something you did wrong, and he used it against you.
Which is what Keem will.
That's Keem. Like, you know, I talked to Jessica. Like, she doesn't think that fucking Keem's doing her some fucking favor for women, you know. But here's the thing: it doesn't matter. Keem's motives are irrelevant. Irrelevant. This happened, and you're running around telling people it didn't. That's the problem. As a journalist, you think you're a journalist too? Oh, as you're talking to him. Me and Keem have a Keem manufacturer lie, and that's the problem. As a journalist, don't you think it's a bit fucked to RT a tweet claiming that Keem's a pedo, though? I think so. I think Keem is fucked, and he's insinuated sexual harassment 30 times, but none of you seem to give a shit. Because you can make a fucking argument this is sexual harassment. I don't think it is. But you're getting there. You're getting there. It's just fucked up. It's fucked up because of the type of person you project yourself to be. I gotta be honest with you. If I was a single guy, I wouldn't apologize to fucking anybody. Yeah, I wanted to meet her. She said no, that was it. But I tell you what I wouldn't have done. I wouldn't have got involved in a fucking drama that is still biting you ass 2 years later. Yeah. I have to ask again. Are you saying Jessix is lying? Notice he won't answer. Jessix and Britney manufactured that I sexually harassed her to Keemstar because I was called out Britney for a tweet about Etika. Manufactured. First of all, Jessix didn't come out with this until a year after it happened, 2020. All right? It wasn't manufactured. Manufactured would mean they made it up. And I don't know how you fucking put a spin on this any other than what happened. You offered a fucking job recommendation.
Job recommendation, not an actual job. It's different. It's different.
It's different.
Right.
I know the difference.
It's fucking different.
I know you don't work for HR.
It's different.
So that happened 100%. And then after you were turned down, you took it upon yourself to lecture her, potentially damaging her as some kind of fucking grifter. And it does look like you did it because she didn't give you a date. And who would want to give a beta male like you a date anyway? The only way you get laid is because you have a blue check mark. I can see that. Jessix and Britney manufactured. But you won't call her a liar. Because she didn't lie. Because I called out Britney for a tweet about Etika and made a joke about Leafy. Now, that was manufactured by fucking Jake Lucky. She was trying to show that you're not all that great with women. And that this sticking up for fucking... and And here's another thing too. Fucking, Pokemon's a grown ass woman. She can take fucking criticism. She can hear it. I mean, you have every right to stick up for her. But here's the thing. You're doing it on this highbrow, poor women in Twitch, women in gaming, women in fucking social media, women in this influencers. That's where you're taking it. And fucking Britney Venti just shut it the fuck down. Britney Venti just shut it as like, no. Here's, let me take your ally card. Thank you. That's why Britney did it. I don't think Britney gives a fiddler's fuck about fucking Leafy or Pokemon or anybody else. It was you she had the problem with. And she wanted to shut you down before you start going on about fucking how much you care about girls. You don't. Did you not try to use industry confidence to have Jessica hook you up with Britney? No. Laughing my ass off, no. Are you saying the screenshots are fake? Excellent question. I'm saying they were made. I'm saying they were mad I made fun of their friend. It still happened. He's John Swat. God. And they made this up. Who's the liar here? So it's really clear what's happening to Tipster, and Tipster knows it already. This guy is trying to get me to make a public statement and lie for him. Mm-hmm. They didn't make a fucking thing up. Jess, if you're listening, there's somebody else you need to snitch on. It's time. So the screenshots are fake? I'm saying Jess, Brittany, Keem, and Leafy are all friends. I'm friendly with Leafy. I think Jess is friendly with. I know Keem. I don't think fucking Leafy's friendly with Brittany, as far as I know. I mean, he knows a lot of people. So what you're saying is this is a fucking giant conspiracy.
Should I go grab the foil?
Yeah. And they made this up. So the screenshots are fake. I'm saying, oh, Jesus Christ. When Britney originally released the screenshots 2 years ago, she made a video around me being an orbiter. You were. You tried to get Isker out. She's making fun of you.
I mean, you did. You did.
You were.
Bro.
I think Britney's pretty. I mean, no shame in that. You know?
Hey.
You're interested. Oh, what were you gonna do? You gonna fuck the alt-right out of her? You gonna show him that big esports dick? And she's just gonna be like, oh my God, I'm voting for AOC. Get the fuck out of here. Britney has it over you like a tent. She's smarter than you. She fucking goddamn, she's the only person in history to actually fool 4chan. She's got it over you like a fucking tent. You're not that bright. I listened to you when you were on Wheat. You were the fucking Baba Booey on that show. You're not a bright man. I voted for AOC because fucking Rod Buzlow told me to. No, that didn't happen once.
I'm the Baba Booey on this show, so.
No, not really. Yeah.
I think I got the moniker of that.
Yeah, everybody goes. I don't know. It's kind of like Matt's turn because he doesn't have a leg. All right, Octane. Let's start. We want to get this done tonight. So what would you call it then? Keemstar released the same screenshots a year after the sponsors. This doesn't change whether it happened or not. You're saying it's manufactured. After Keems lost his sponsors, game structure and management, and Leafy was banned. What the fuck's that got to do with anything? It's nothing. It's a non sequitur. That doesn't mean a thing because I made a 2 out of 10 joke. Now that's fucking esports talks fucking narrative. Not anyone that makes fucking mild sense. Jess is Leafy's mod and friend. Ooh. Let's say Keem, Leafy, Brittany, and Jess all have orgies on Sunday. It doesn't change the fact that you'd use the quid pro quo to get the fucking Brittany wedding. It doesn't change a fucking thing. Like, what do you want fucking Tipster to do? Yes, this whole thing is illegitimate because they're friends. Thank you. Well, like and share. Welcome to Tipster News. Who's going to do that for you? For anybody? You would absolutely know. Nick would have ate fucking Tipster alive if he supported you on this. I get that you were mad for something unrelated, but still, fake or not, but these screenshots are real, right? The conversation was hyperbole! And Jess understood I wasn't offering her anything and actually related to Britney. So now the narrative's changed from being the 2 out of 10 joke to from a job recommendation, from a job offer not being a job recommendation to the whole thing is Jess knew I wasn't offering her shit. If I'm not mistaken, Rod, did you have contact with her prior to this? Jess was originally in the Overwatch community. You can watch the original Britney video with screenshot. She never says I harassed her. It's not a question. I don't even question. I don't know if harassment is like. I mean, I don't know what Britney believes. I think Britney has used the word sexual harassment, but I mean, in your world, it is. And Britney could believe whatever she wants to believe, and he won't say the shit's fake, will he?
No, he keeps.
No, he's dodging left and right. Good on Tipster. These needed to come out, by the way.
Dodge, duck, dip.
I'm not big on something has to be done. And he like, look, this is a different situation. I will only release DMs if somebody contradicts something I'm saying online or fucking lies about me or something. But this case is a little different. And I'm going to pull this one. If you try to manipulate me into lying and hurting somebody else, I'm dropping your fucking DMs. And that's what's going on here. I think, like, that's the thing with the commentary. We deal with big people all the time, even if we have small channels. Nobody's impressed by you. Blue check mark. Nobody. That's kid shit.
Yeah.
And that's what he's used to. Laugh my ass off. You are welcome for any favors. That's fucking hyperbole. Hit me, Jess. Anything Overwatch related, I got you. I want a job recommendation. You want a job? I got you. Let me pay you back. That's hyperbole. No, that's influence peddling. Bullshit. If it was hyperbole, why didn't she respond back LOL? That's so funny. Like when I told her to fucking iron my shirt. Well, she knows that's hyperbole. She knows I'm joking around. Oh, wait, she doesn't know you. Because it is nonsense. I would never give anybody a job. I thought you can't give anybody a job. You don't work for the Mayhem. Based on getting anything in return. Yes, you would. Yes, you did. Yes, you did. And I tell you something. Even if you were kidding around, this is still fucked up. There is no fucking explanation for this where this isn't wink wink influence peddling. There's no stratosphere where this is not a quid pro quo. This is you changing the narrative 2 years after the fact.
Yeah, fuck, 2 years. Goddamn.
Maybe you shouldn't get involved when people are fucking streaming. I did stream on Etiquette too. And how do you do it when you're drama channel? I mean, I didn't put his face on it. I just let people. I did the same fucking thing. The only difference is they turned the donations off completely. I probably should have fucking sent the money somewhere, come to think of it.
Up, clip it. Cancel Tommy.
Because it is nonsense. I would never give it. I would never. That's not proof of anything. That's your denying. And how good did Jess know you where she knows you were fucking around here? Not believable. Not plausible. I don't get it, though. You literally offered a recommendation to get in the Mayhem. You don't think it's unethical to offer somebody something like this to get a date, especially as a journalist? Because she was in the Overwatch community already and did community management, not because she would hook me up with her friend. That makes... Answer the question. You're sputtering here, fuckface. You're sputtering. He's got you. See, I thought he was... Because I heard about this, and then I'm like, I didn't talk to. I was like, I guess he's gonna delete it. Like, I don't think he was gonna fucking drop him. But I think when you read this, it's so infuriating. This is absolutely fucking infuriating. I really hope you like the shit out of this. And when we put the video out, I hope you really like and push with everything you can, fuckheads, because people need to know about this jackass. Next time he throws some fucking 18-year-old kid for having an uncomfortable date with an esport whore. He doesn't get to oversee this. As I admitted originally, cringy for sure. All right, absolutely. It's cringy. It's still quid pro quo. But Jess nor Britney never gave a shit about these messages. Then what do you mean? What do you mean they didn't give a shit? They didn't give it. They put them out when you were fucking running your mouth defending women. And then yes, when this came up a fucking year later, in July 2020, she did stand up, Jessica, and say, yes, this is 100% true. Before she just dumped the fucking DMs to Britney and tried to stay out of it. How do you, and here's the thing. I know you asked for a quid pro quo, right? Here's your statement. Jess, because, and we can't, I could prove that. I could prove this is a quid pro quo. But Jess nor Britney never gave a shit about these messages. Let's say that's true. Okay, it doesn't matter, and we couldn't prove it anyway. Your argument is total feels because they don't, and you have to be. What do you can read their minds? They only sent them to Keemstar 1 year. They didn't send them to Keemstar. They put them out for the public. Keemstar got them from Britney. I remember when it happened, and me and Augie were like, "Sick burn, poor Slasher. He should have known better."
Damn.
I didn't know a year later there'd be a fucking esports talk and the Florida Mayhem would fucking combine to turn this somehow back on Keemstar. Whether Keemstar is Keemstar could be Adolf Hitler in this situation. You still ask for a quid pro quo. I don't know how fucking many times I could say that. I only sent them to Keemstar 1 year later. Now it was out there in 2019. I saw it. We actually spared you back there and didn't. I spared you and didn't run it because I was such a stupid fucking. And that's what you're counting on. I was such a big fan on Live on 3. I didn't run it. I'm ashamed of myself. And I just thought you were being stupid. I don't think it's that bad, but it is bad when you're trying to protect your bullshit image that you give a shit about women. A year after Ready, that doesn't matter. They came out to manufacture the story. There's nothing manufactured here. Offering a job in return for a date because Keemstar was mad at me for losing a sponsor. It's still irrelevant. I made a joke about Levy. Still irrelevant. You did this happen. You can't prove otherwise. You don't have to believe. He sent this back to him. This is an old tweet from him in 2020. You don't have to virtue signal to believe women ad nauseum. Social media show solidarity with women. Yeah. That was pretty fucking ballsy, Tipster. Yeah, because he's Tipster's probably mad at this point. I'd be mad too.
I love it. No, I love it. I love it.
Here was his response to that. Britney also hates iDubbbz's girlfriend, which was in the joke. This is a joke? You don't think using your industry contest is in any way unethical? You don't think using maybe it's not sexual harassment, but it's definitely unethical. No. It definitely blurs the line. I would say it was quite a poor form of me to do so. So what did they manufacture? Because that's all anybody's really saying. So you admit it. So how could it be manufactured and then also be poor form? However, the following lies and manufactured outrage, the one you have manufactured outrage. He keeps on fucking throwing that word around like he knows what it means.
The word of the day, manufacture.
Yeah.
That's the word of the day, kids.
Outrage tweets, videos are not based on journalistic integrity. They're not journalists, they're YouTubers. Or a feeling of actually being harassed. You can't fucking decide when women feel harassed or not. Jesus, I sound like an SJW, but it's 100% fucking true. So their words don't count because they didn't feel that way and somehow you know? Let me tell you something, Rod. I would fuck you up in a debate on this. I'd make you cry like I'm Barbara motherfucking Walters. You could not defend yourself with this shit in public. Don't believe me? Don't want to do it with me? Try Destiny. I would love to see you defend yourself. If you defend yourself against Destiny successfully, I'll be like, it was personal beef, completely unrelated to all of it. Nah, that's what you're saying. You're telling how those girls should feel, or do feel, like you know. It doesn't sound like you're good with women at all. Where they work together specifically to defame me on purpose? Well, nobody can prove that. In my opinion, it's way worse. Way worse than what? So what was done to you was worse than what you did? What was done to you, you got exposed for quid pro quo. It happened. I don't understand that your position and influence might make her fear coming forward sooner. I wonder why she waited a year.
Yeah, more than that.
I'm not saying I know anything behind the scenes. Bro, she made like 2 videos about me calling me an orbiter. Not harassment. No, it's not. And the whole reason this happened in the first place was because she went live the day of Etiquette's death, and I tweeted her. You DM'd her, what the fuck is wrong with you? And she got mad. Yeah, I'd get mad too. Right after you asked her for a date and she rejected you. It's completely fucking reasonable conclusion to come to. Completely reasonable. The harassment only came a year later. The screenshots posted by Keepstar directly because of the original iDubbbz tweet, the Pokemon tweet. The Keen Leafy iDubbbz switch, dumb YouTube war bullshit, which by the way, we won. We beat them. We aren't talking about Britney, and that's besides the point. We're talking about Jessix here. Jessix is Britney's best friend. You solved the case. And Leafy's moderator. And thank God, Tipster, that was long overdue. Jessix purposely ran with this because I covered Leafy's ban. Do you have any evidence of that? You still DM'd her off, and see, that's what he can't figure it out either. He's probably fucking shocked because he doesn't know fucking Slasher. By the way, this is their first interaction. You still DM'd her that offer to go to Britney. Did you not say it was shown those DMs or not? Again, do you not understand your influence would potentially? He totally understands it. It's just, me, not for thee. Your influence would potentially make her fear coming forward sooner. I wasn't actually offering just anything to Jess based on Britney. It was an exaggeration of comments. There's no exaggeration here. You're going to say anything you want. You're a liar. You're a scumbag liar, and I'll fucking tell it to your face from ever back in New York. I wasn't actually offering him. He's a fucking lying sack of shit. Sure, but that's not what happened. Let's see. What you get is poor form of me, but that's not. Wait. I actually wasn't offering anything to Jess or Britney. Lie. It was an exaggeration of comments. So he's saying it's hyperbole, which again is still poor form. It's still quid pro quo too.
Yeah.
Sure, but that's not what happened. Wait a minute. Was the poor form not happen? Did she not exaggerating? God damn, Slasher. I'm pretty sure that's... And you know what the thing is? He's a journalist, and I'm the last guy to be criticizing somebody's grammar and shit. Actually, the last guy. But manufactured lie should not be in the same fucking sentence. Dipshit.
Yeah, that's kind of redundant.
Yeah, exactly. Guy writes for a living.
Jesus Christ. It's a manufactured lie. You created a lie, so I'm pretty...
All you have to say is lie. I'll cut you some syllables out.
Yeah.
What happened? His only evidence is she's friends with Leafy. And I made a joke. And she decided let's run. No. She told Britney that she were busting her balls and gave her the fucking tweets after you fucking tried to humiliate Britney over the Attica thing. Because that's a sensitive fucking thing. If you run a stream on a dead guy, it's gonna fuck people up. And you know what? That's what I think you were doing. I think you're absolutely trying to hurt Britney, and Britney hurt you back. Absolutely. And the best part is they actually knew each other. What does it matter what made her come forward? The fact of the matter is you did something unethical. You've mentioned that she was in the Overwatch community already. Yeah, like that's relevant. Can you not understand that if you had the influence to potentially help her to get her a spot in the mayhem that you'd also have the potential to make her lose her current position. Do you not see why this might make her hesitant to come forward sooner? I'm going to say manufactured a lie between groups of friends based on sexual harassment as retaliation. You got nothing to take, fuckface. You would never use this argument in public. She was not legitimately feeling harassed based on what evidence you have. How do we prove that? I could prove that you were fucking talking to her. I could prove the quid pro quo, but here's something I could never prove: what she was feeling at the time and what her motivations are. And guess what? They're irrelevant. It was just a little cringy. Anytime a quid pro quo for a fucking date is always cringy. There's no way around it. Not legitimately feeling harassed based on journalistic integrity. You have no integrity. None. You'd have came clean. It is 100 times worse. Ignoring the Etika tweet, Keem's beef. Yeah, you're just trying to tie Keem into this, and Etika, and Leafy, and Pokemon, and it's everything about what you did, you psychopath. It doesn't matter if it was worse. What matters is you, a journalist. You use your position of influence to get something you wanted. Like, that is an issue. And anyone in any other field did this, they would be scrutinized for it. Do you see the problem with that? He writes, if you guys are upset about deaf noodles, what?
Oh, fuck me in the mouth. Oh, my God.
For constantly saying shit that can't be considered defamation, which is probably not wrong. Keemstar is no better. That's got nothing to do with you. You still did it. Why are you sidestepping my questions? Personal beef should not be the news. Guess what? It can be. I don't believe anybody. I don't think Keemstar is a journalist, by the way. He's an entertainer. I don't think you are either. I think you're an entertainer, too. Don't think I'm wrong. Look at fucking Vosh and Destiny. I don't think they would like to call themselves the entertainers, but they are. Why did you DM me about this in the first place? Great question. I wasn't even interested in shit, but now I think I should be. Holy shit. You really fucked with the wrong guy here. Well, the YouTuber commentary channels are usually the ones who care. Yes, because they cover fucking scumbags. I've spoken to Blowbacks. I've spoken way in the past about it, but we never talked. Guess you assumed wrong in this case. No, LOL. And Twitter doesn't update unless I refresh a few messages. I agree with the initial messages were out of line, but I do not think it compares to what came after. All right, you can think it all you want. So basically, he's kind of admitting that he did it, but it's not as bad as Britney pointing out he did it. And it's not as bad as Jessica saying, yes, he did it a year later.
So I'm gonna go out on a limb here and say this is, if you take this approach, this probably isn't gonna get you laid. I mean, I'm just.
Haha. Well, I just saw your retweet and figured maybe you do. Wait a minute. Okay. To be honest, I don't care about this shit. I've been fighting with this entirely Dream, SMP, Snapnap, and Keemstar all day. I'm in the zone. No, you're not. I was having a good time with Valorant files. Maybe you should stick to that. And if one of those kids get in trouble, maybe you should shut the fuck up and tell me what the score was. Report. Nah, bro. I had no intention of saying anything. Ooh, you're a liar. But I really do think it's worth taking a look back. See, the thing is, we're friends with Jessix, and like he's just shitting all over her. I'm glad he leaked this. I don't give a shit if you fucking lied to him. But I think it's worth taking. Let's say I no intention of saying it, but I really think it's worth taking a look on now, considering how panicked you were when you slid into my DMs. I feel like I've been pretty forthcoming. When you were put on the spot, you wouldn't answer. You said they manufactured it, insinuating a lie, but then again at the same time you say that lie is cringy because you were being cringe. You're all over the place. You run one of the better YouTube commentary channels. This is why I DM'd you in the first place. I know. You thought you could get over on Tipster because he's fucking more laid back than me and Nick and Augie. Get the fuck out of here. Yeah, I'd have buried you and you know it.
I feel like hold on, let me make sure I'm reading this right. I feel like I've been pretty forthcoming. Are you fucking what?
Forthcoming. There's nothing forthcoming. This is a complete shield. You won one of the best. Yeah, you came to me. I wasn't seeking out this story. You approached me for it. Isn't it a bit weird? Because I saw your RT. Look, you used your position. Oh, wow, he should have known this is coming out then. Use your position of influence with Jessica to try to get a date. That's unethical, period. Have you ever considered apologizing to Jessica? She's apologizing both now. Jessica and Britney should be apologizing to me for what they've manufactured.
What?
We got 400 likes on that when I just screenshotted this tweet. The arrogance is unbelievable. It is John Swan levels. You can't be serious right now. Why not just own up what you did? You are literally pulling a John Swan! I didn't read this far.
Yeah, there you go.
I honestly, I read that for the first time now.
There you go.
Oh, it's hysterical. You're pulling a John Swan, and bigger needs to be. I know it's probably not that funny to you because y'all read it already, but it's fucking funny to me.
Oh my god, bro!
At the beginning of it, yes, but I think that's fair. But they mangled me on purpose. Yeah, it was on purpose. It was on purpose because of your fucking grandstanding. I love when the fucking the crate gets knocked out from under the grandstander. You and I thought it was great when it happened to you.
Bro.
And now you're running around telling people it's a lie. But you did it because it was cringy. It's like, it's all bullshit. It's just, we're not supposed, here's fucking Rod's whole argument. We're not supposed to be upset with Rod and not think this is sexual harassment because Britney and Jessica weren't offended.
Okay.
Even though as soon as Britney got offended, she let everybody fucking know when you were trying to dog on her a month after you got turned down.
Trying to fuck her over.
You tried to fuck her over is what you're doing.
You didn't get the answer you wanted, so
yeah, okay. You didn't. So and you know what?
I'm gonna ruin your.
Yeah, I'm gonna fuck. I could totally believe you did that on purpose. Totally. At the very beginning of this, yes, I read that. I don't see why she came forward matters. If she is, if what she's saying is true. Thanks for Tipster. Just did a fantastic job with this. Do you see why your influence? You did try to use your influence to get a date. Dude, take my advice. Just own up and drop it because you honestly aren't helping yourself right now. Do you realize that if anything else comes out against you in the future, if you don't own up to this, it will bite you in the ass tenfold. You realize that, right? Well, I got to get some sleep. Yeah, bang. He knows it's over. Tipster's a hero.
Great job, Tipster. That was really good.
You know, another thing I want to point out, the name of the fucking show is Slashers Apostrophes DMs with Tipster. I never said Tipster Beyond. And somebody just sent me Big Oops, new member. Thanks so much. Thank you.
I
didn't say, I must have missed that before. Captain Poofers, he blames Jessica. He blames Keem, Jessica, Britney, everyone else but him over something stupid. And this is why it got dug up again. Yeah, and because it's kind of is the same thing as John. John wanted the ability to fucking lecture people that fucking troll and all that other, and say the N-word and all that other horse shit when he was involved in something like that. And fucking he held on for dear life. Dear fucking life. And you can't let that go. And you know, he could be, considering the circles he runs in, he could be in some serious trouble. But you know, I really, really want to get into trouble. The Florida fucking mayhem. I wish there was a way to investigate Jake Lucky. I wish there was a fucking possible way to do that because I have no doubt in my mind that they fucking went out for him and probably were in some kind of Discord call planning it. If I had to guess, it looks too convenient. He fucking offers her a job recommendation. They come out and fuck. What's their response? He offers quid pro quo. Florida Mayhem, Jake Lucky, Esports Talk. Their response is he doesn't work at HR. It's essentially what they said. Like, no shit. They told us something we already knew.
You know what else is going to get brought up in about 2.5 weeks? That's got nothing to do with this. The Doc story. Remember how they were saying Doc was going to be finished?
Well, yeah, he said he was going to be finished. Oh no, he never said that. He said it was a big problem.
It was a big.
You know what I think happened there? You know what I'm feeling about that is? I think the Doc thing is recently come out. They found out he was fucking lying to them about going to Mixer, and they gave him more money than they wanted to. I think it's just that simple. So somebody over there. This goes into my other theory when this first happened. I think they went to whoever fucking said he was done. That girl, because she pulled back real quick, and I think they went to Slasher Twitch, and they lied to them. I think they lied to them because the fact that it hasn't come out is next to unfucking believable. I think they lied to them both, and somebody got them both as a fucking. These people are lying to you. He didn't do anything fucking illegal or stuff that would end his career. He bullshitted them in a when he was trying to get the best salary possible. Which, by the way, that's the game.
That's the game.
The fucking corporations don't get all the fucking chips, man. It doesn't work that way. Yeah, he probably did. Doc went in there and told him, I'm talking to Ninja, and when they came, when fucking Mixer folded out of nowhere, they probably went, he wasn't talking to them. They were about ready to fucking fold. Yeah. So they got so fucking mad that they put a rumor out there and used Rod, Mr. Journalism and Integrity, to get everybody to think that it was something criminal or something that would ruin his whole life. The only thing that makes me think that Doc did something awful is the fact that he hasn't sued fucking Twitch. That's the only thing. And I think at this point, fucking Rod probably knows they fucking lied to him. Because they're all in bed. All of them. Remember I used to bitch about the commentary community being in bed with each other? But guess what? Journalists are no different. We saw it with Journalist in 2008 with Obama. We saw it with games journalist in Gamergate. They're all in it together. There is no such thing as journalist. And I watch guys like Tim Pool and Richard Lewis desperately try to practice it. And good on them. But guess what? It doesn't change. There's no such thing as journalism. It's an idea. It's a nice idea, but it doesn't work because we're human. I mean, I was watching this before. If you take any, don't tell them to call in. I think I'm going to bag it. Okay. I think I'm going to bag it. If you tell any, fucking, go to any journalism school. Why do you want to be a journalist? I want to change the world. Well, that's not reporting, is it? And somehow that got into fucking Rod's head when just 10 years ago he was trying to pump sunshine up Evo's ass. He's gone from pumping sunshine. I mean, I'll give Rod this. He's made a living out of nothing. He was an esports journalist before anybody was. Pumping sunshine up Fatality's ass. I'll give him credit. He did hustle. But since then, he's like most fucking sports journalists and most journalists that are not in politics, they want to be something important or feel that they're something important. You're not important. You're not important at all. Why don't you talk about fucking esports instead of AOC? It's half the reason ESPN's fucking in the tank. It's half the reason the NBA's in the fucking tank. NFL. NHL's always in the tank no matter what they do.
Hey, they're moving to TNT. They're making moves. They're making moves, Tommy.
Yeah, and 5 years from now, they'll be back on ESPN. Nobody think that a big deal. It's a northern sport. It's for cold weather people like me and you. So that's why this shit's in the tank. And Rod is, I don't know. I don't know. I know a lot of people worry about this, but I don't. I really don't care what my legacy is. I don't really care what my place in the world is, and I don't care if people don't think I have a real job. I'm covering all my bases probably better than most of the people that criticize me. I mean, look at Tonka. So I don't see why these guys have to be seen as intellectuals. They're not. They're just guys. And most of the people that are in politics and sports are, so-called respectable fucking mainstream journalists. They're just guys with agendas. That's all they are. They're not reporting on fucking shit. And everything goes. We have an esports journalist that's in charge of bringing up the drama stories like this when it comes to guys like Sinatra or who's the other esports guy that got in trouble. Every time somebody fucking picks their nose in Overwatch, they fucking Blizzard throws them out. That's it. That's his job. And when it came down to him doing something for a quid pro quo for a day, then it was not real because Britney and Jessix weren't really harassed. They only did it because I made fun of Keemstar and they're all friends. Try that defense in public. I fucking dare you. Just to correct the record, this wasn't my first interaction with Slasher. We had talked before. Thank you so much, Tipster. Thank you so much. Well, I'm glad you dumped this because he tried to use you. Thanks so much. I really like to find out if it was Jessix's first interaction. Is she up? Is she around?
I think she's getting married this week, so she might not.
She's probably not going to be around.
Oh.
Congratulations.
If I had to guess.
I want to see something. Yeah. Nah, she's not. I'm going to ask her if she's there.
Go to the video.
I want to know if that was their first interaction. I really do. Yeah, her shit's gray, so she's probably not coming back.
I'll be right back.
Yeah, she's probably not coming back. I would love to know if that was Jessic's first interaction with Slasher, because that kills the hyperbole argument like that. I mean, you'd actually have to do this. Like, in order for it to be hyperbole, right, they would have had to have some kind of long-term relationship. So she would know it was a joke.
Right.
And that's not what Jake Lucky was saying. He's all over the place. He knows he did wrong. He knows he did the wrong thing. He's only thinking of his own fucking ass. That's all that's going on here. Disgusting. And again, called me a creep. I don't even have a problem with what he did, really. I'd have done it. But I wouldn't call the girls liars. And I wouldn't ask you out Britney Venti because I'm scared of her. Fucking with that girl. Everybody thinks because she mispronounces stuff, mostly on purpose. That's part of her act. She's stupid. That girl is so far from being dumb. She's not an airhead. She'll fuck you up. She'll fuck your shit up. I've been seeing her fuck people up for years. I mean, she walked into that whole blood sports community. She slapped bitches around. She fucks people up all the time. She fucked IDubbbz's girlfriend 6 ways to Sunday. And she's the one that basically showed everybody that Anissa's kind of a shithead. You know who's an airhead? Anissa Joma. What a dipshit. Well, it's really awful what they did to the Jews, but they learned so much wonderful things like the cure for cancer when they tested all those things on twin Jews.
Wait, what?
No, I added the twins part, but yeah, she essentially said that. Dipshit. I'm out of here. I'm going to play fucking Days Gone. Peace.
Yeah, I got a meeting to go to. Yeah.
Let's go. Let's get the fuck out of here. Thank you so much, everybody. Get to work, comrade. Oh, you can make this one more longer than fucking 10 minutes. I'll tell you that.
This is the almighty infinite, independent excellence. Devil fighting, rebel titan, weed smoking alchemist. Fake identities, okay, you cool with Jason Bourne. Running with these Wolverines, okay, you about to catch a storm. I ain't never been a liar, got tired of niggas playing me. Head in my legs like she about to catch a pedigree. Chi-town, the king's home, slapping fives, black stones. 6 mile to danger zones, bullets look like waffle cones. Affiliated to evolution of Machiavelli. Don't make me lead them eagles to you like I'm Chip Kelly. They feel my struggle, I express it through my hip hop. I'm about to make it hard to breathe. Here's a headline.
Fucking okay, boomer girl turned you down too, huh?